give me the choice to say if I would be okay or not. Also with lying. If you lie to me, then you don't give me the choice to say if I agree, if I don't agree with what you do.
Does it matter if he earns more or less than you do?
Speaking for myself only, no, it does not matter. I don't even like the idea looking into these details. How much do you earn? How much do I earn? For me, it doesn't. But I know that it does for a lot of people.
Yeah. So if you meet a guy who is currently not working, there's zero financial progress in his life. Will that bother you?
I don't meet a lot of people that have that are not working. No, I don't know if it would bother me. Maybe because you know why it would bother me though, because I feel for myself that I want to support myself, so I have the same expectation of the other person. I don't know how you're gonna do that, or like what is the way of doing that, but the way I feel that I am able to support myself, I would expect that for my partner as well. I think that's the only way why it would bother me.
Yeah.
If you have no clue or no idea of how you're gonna have what you're gonna do in your life, I think that would be if you're working on a project, for example, and right now you're in a status that you're not working because you're doing something for the future, or if something changed in your life before and you're unemployed now, it's a different state, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, that's what I would feel.
And so you said that there are a lot of girls who wouldn't like the idea of a man earning less.
Yeah, or that they would like the idea of a man earning more.
Yeah. How come? Like, what's your opinion, or what do you think that's in their mind when they think of money?
I think that it comes down to security again. Like, I don't know, the way that we discussed before, that we feel secure when we have someone that is honest, or he has the same values with us, or like, then some women interpret this security by being financially stable, or that they're gonna date someone that can like support them financially.
Yeah.
I think it comes to security though.
Yeah, I think so too. If you're thinking of committing to this person for the rest of your life, then you would want to, at least one person to have stability in financially speaking.
But that's true also, like, because you know that at some point, like, if you have a partner, right, and you have in your mind that you want to have a family and stuff like this, you know that at some point, at least for the time that you're carrying the baby, or that you're going to give birth, and then you have, sometimes you will have to step back in any case, right? It's not that you can do everything at the same time.
Right.
So again, you would choose someone that at least at this part that they could cover or back you up or be there,
Yeah,
like financially, I mean.
exactly. For me, it doesn't matter as well. It doesn't matter who earns more or less. As long as we both, when we total our sum of money and can live a life. So that's what matters for me.
Yeah, and can live a life, yes, that you can at least enjoy and do the things that you want to do, right? It doesn't matter if it's more or less from one side, but
Yeah.
if together as a
Yes.
couple you can enjoy what you want to enjoy in life, then that's easy.
Yeah. Cool. So, what is femininity?
I think the image of a woman being feminine has changed so much. Just be confident about yourself, and then this is what femininity is for me.
Hmm.
Be confident, be strong, be empowered, and then I usually find this woman very feminine.
Right. For me, I feel like femininity has a nurturing energy. And what I mean by nurturing is it's an energy where you feel very comfortable, it's warm, you feel safe. You can go to sleep knowing that you're going to be safe. It's a very delicate yet a very powerful energy.
Do you mean comfortable with yourself, right? And or do you mean also with your body or
In order to give out comfort to others, yes, you have to be comfortable yourself first
with yourself?
with yourself. Yeah. So, this is what mothers usually have, that warmth, that comfort. You feel safe just being in her arms. Doesn't mean she can save you from the monster, but you still feel safe, you know. So I feel like that's a feminine energy that masculine energy doesn't have. But I feel like when people speak about femininity, it's like you said, a certain way you dress, a certain way
Yeah,
you
a certain way
behave.
you dress, a certain day that your body looks like.
Right.
I think that, yeah, people focus more on the appearance when they talk about femininity.
Absolutely. I look at the energy of what is feminine. So someone who's got a strong character can still have that, feminine energy, which is you feel safe when you're around that person. And I've also seen men talk about femininity, and they kind of misunderstand. They think femininity is like, if a girl is feminine, they are submissive. Oh, she's not feminine. And usually those girls have opinion. They speak up, they disagree.
I know now what you mean. That in order to be feminine, you would have to be not being opinionated, not to have a very strong presence anyway as a woman.
Yeah.
That you are more in the background
Yeah.
in order to be more feminine, because then the moment that you become like stronger, or the moment that you're expressing your opinion, blah blah blah, then you lose the femininity. I would, for me as a woman, I would say exactly the opposite.
Yeah.
Like for me, femininity is this one: to be able to be confident with what you are, with your opinions, and to be there. I mean, there is some women that they enter in a space that they
Yeah.
own the space,
Mm-hmm.
and by their presence and because they're strong, and you can see that. A
Absolutely.
man maybe would have said that this woman is too bossy, or
Yeah.
then that they lose part of what's considered feminine.
But some girls actually take on that role, and they actually just do what a man wants, or they kind of know what the man is expecting, so they would just be very submissive or not speak up, or afraid to upset the man and doing something because you're scared a man won't like it, like not being able to be an authentic self. That is not feminine.
That is not feminine, and that's actually quite scary. And that's also makes me wonder, why would you want to be with a man? And in general, why would you want to be with a person that makes you scared to do what you want or to be who you are?
Sometimes they're scared to lose that man.
Yeah, yes, and then you lose yourself somehow in the way as well. So you're like, okay, I will lose the man or myself. I know. I don't know. For me, I could never be with a person that would want to lose, like me, to lose parts of myself just to accommodate their needs. That's very scary. And you can do that. I mean, you can do that by choice, right? Not to lose parts from yourself, but you can accommodate the needs of the person that you're next to,
Yeah.
just because like you change something or you adjust some things of yourself. But it's another thing again if it's a choice and if it's a decision that you make. Of course, like people in relationship need to adjust some of the things, right, to have a peaceful
Absolutely.
environment.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to do sacrifices, you need to like change things, but it's a very different thing if it is the demand is there for you to change in order to be with these people, and you feel that you need to do it, otherwise you're afraid to lose them. And it's a different thing if you make the choice by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, I think that it must be very difficult for these women actually when they're in their relationship, because I don't think that you can do this forever. Even if you decide, even if you are scared, I don't think this is a feeling that can be maintained for a long time, and you
No.
will not react to it. And I hope that women that feel this way will react to this situation.
One of my first relationship where I was the perfect girlfriend, and I could only play that role for a year. And a year later, I was like, okay, I'm done. I can't do this. It's too much. I'm not being authentic to myself, and I don't know how much I can feel safe around you. Like, he didn't provide me with enough, safety and security in terms of where this relationship is going and how much he's willing to put effort. And it just didn't, and it didn't, and it didn't. And I did lose myself in that relationship. I lost all the good parts. If anything, all the worst parts of myself came out in that relationship. And I mean, now looking back at it, that was like a lesson learned. Lots of lessons. I worked on myself on all the things that I thought I need to. So it was a personal growth when I look at it now. But back when I was in it, it's not a good place. It's you feel helpless, you feel lost, you know, you cannot put any energy anywhere else but that relationship because it's so toxic. And for some reason, like, toxic things are so addictive, and romance can become toxic.
Yourself will be changing, right? And you see parts of yourself that you didn't know before, and that you're figuring it out. So when you're in a relationship like this, you're always wondering, is this who I am? is this is this what I want? Is this who I've become?
And you hate yourself.
And the moment that you start hating yourself and not taking care of yourself, it becomes even more difficult and even more toxic.
Yeah. And then you have a partner saying, no one's gonna love you more than I will.
Like, I hate this phrase. I've heard it before as well. That, like, I don't know, especially like through a breakup or something, that they're saying you will never find someone that will love you the way I do.
Yeah.
Why? If you feel that I'm so unworthy of love, why you're even with me?
Yeah, but how do you know, first of all? How do you know how much someone can love? How do you know?
Is
Right?
there a scale from 1 to 10, and then you tell me like this is 10 and you will not get more than that?
Yeah.
When I heard that through a breakup, I really thought about it, and I was like, what if no one will ever love me again
Yeah.
the way that this guy did? And I was like, but then when you're going through the phase, you're always like, yeah, maybe this is the best I could get, and it's not even good enough if they
No.
say these things to you. I mean, but you don't realize it at the time. You're like, yeah,
No.
maybe that's it. Maybe I will not be able to be loved again. Maybe no one will want to spend time with me because apparently I'm the worst person ever.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I mean, and it's very scary.
Yeah.
You know what? I think that what happened to me after that breakup is that I starting giving chances to people, started dating people that I knew from the beginning that they are not what I want or what I need. But I think because in the back of my mind I had that this maybe I will not be loved again, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe I should give it a try even with this, even if I know that these are not who I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I will give it a try. Maybe I will like I could put the effort in there and get something out of it. And I made very bad choices, I think, back in the day that
Mm.
I could only see later. And I was like, why would I do that?
Sometimes you gotta give it a try and fail a few times to really understand what is it that you want and what is it that you don't want. And sometimes you don't even have to date. You can meet 200 guys and get to know how majority of men think and which one is a gem.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this guy is different. I can talk and I can understand. So yeah, it's just be out there. Don't give up. There are amazing guys out there.
I also think that the one of the important things that we women need to have in our minds is that usually you don't, like, when you start dating someone and he's a good guy, you don't need to try so much. You don't need to try so hard to make it happen. Everything comes smoothly, everything happens in the correct time, everything somehow falls into the place that they need to fall without you, like, making a major effort to make it happen.
Yeah. It's just like it's like a piece of puzzle coming together. It just fits.
And it's easy, and
Yeah.
it's we found something that becomes easy. The beginning, when you meet someone that is good for you, it's easy, and it should be easy.
I'm really happy we found something easy in romance.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
After we're discussing about it for an hour, we found something easy.
Absolutely, yeah. Right. So, how does a woman deal with breakups?
I don't think it's easy for anyone, a breakup, right? Because it's, you lose parts of your life before,
Hmm.
anyway, because you get into a routine, you have something that you're used to, someone that you're used to. So, and I think in order to get to the phase that you're gonna break up with someone, you have been through a rough time. For me, usually during a breakup, I would need time. I was not able to start dating immediately. I would need time to reconnect with myself, to find my balance again, to give me some time anyway to heal
Hmm.
from what I've been through.
Yeah.
I don't think a breakup is easy. But I've seen, for example, other women that they would only go through a breakup if they found their next boyfriend, for example. And this is another way of dealing with a breakup, right?
Yeah.
It's just you're never like going through the mourning phase or like the sad phase, because you go into a new exciting thing, so you skip some steps.
I've noticed something about girls. I'm not sure if guys do this. They might. But usually when a girl starts thinking about breakup, they start breaking up while they're with the person. So it's in their head. It's like, okay, this is not working out.
Mm.
And they first mentally break up before they go like, I'm done.
Ah, yes, that's for sure. I think for a woman to reach to the point that can say it out loud, "I'm done, I'm out," there is a very long thought process before that.
Yeah.
You are preparing yourself already mentally for quite some time, depending on your personality. But again, you need to work it through your head in any case. And
Yeah.
then you start most probably distancing yourself a bit, also like mentally and emotionally, from the person, to get to the final step and say, okay, that's it.
Yeah. And when they're done, they're usually done. Not everyone, but when they say, hey, I'm done, it's done. Yeah. Yeah.
With no regrets afterwards.
Yeah, I think girls can really push themselves to not break up with someone they love. And I think it's the same with guys too, to a certain point. But I mean, because I'm a girl, I can really understand the process of how they start breaking up mentally, emotionally, physically before they actually verbalize it and tell it to the other person. It takes a lot of courage for girls to do that.
Before I got into my first breakup, I was always wondering, how do you break up with someone? Like, how do you do that? I also think that we always have in mind, especially when you go for through your first relationships, right? And you always have in mind that maybe this is the one, or maybe this, I will meet this person and I will stay with this person for the rest of my life. Like the ones that you see in the movies, or the ones that you've heard from your mom and your grandmom. So the moment that you realize that, yes, but this is not the case for you now, you need to figure it another way. And the first times that you go through a breakup like this, you have no clue. That's why I think that we prepare that mentally, physically, and it takes a longer process anyway.
Yeah, yeah. And usually men are clueless that the girl's doing this.
Nah, this is, yes, this is
But
the sad part. How
yeah,
can you not know this?
yeah, but how would they know if you haven't told them what you're unhappy about?
Mm,
And have you made it very clear? It's like, I am very serious about this. If you don't do this, or if you can't, I'm ready to leave. Like, have you told them straight up? Because if you haven't, how do you expect the guy to take you seriously?
I do think that if you have a good communication with the other person and you express your feelings and how you feel, then they would notice, right? It cannot be that you wake up one day and you're like, okay, that's it, I'm done.
Yeah.
I mean, how does the other person not know? Have you been not showing anything like you said, or have you been pretending to be the best girlfriend that no one never complains, or everything is perfect, or you are trying so hard for this relationship? Then yeah,
Yeah.
it's again not being honest with each other.
Yeah, that's another thing you mentioned about complaining. So, it's a cliche thing that girls love complaining, right? I think it's okay to complain, but if even your real serious problem falls under, oh my god, my girlfriend's complaining again, then that's not going to be taken seriously as well. So you're going to have to bring another energy that's a bit more serious. It's like, oh no, you're always doing this. Like, that's not going to work if you're always doing that.
No, and especially because we have this cliche that we are complaining all the time. So if it really bothers you, you need to take it a step further, like
Yeah.
complain, and then complain in a very serious way.
Exactly. So, what can we appreciate about women in 2020?
I think there is a lot of things that we can appreciate about women. I think that one of the things that a lot of women know what they want, know what they're looking for. They have priorities in their life. They're being honest with themselves. I think there is a lot of women also that have self reflection, that they try, they put effort there. Um, their independence. I think that this is something that should be highly appreciated. Actually, that women are independent.
Yeah, they can support themselves if they want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to add to that I feel like more women are speaking up what they like, what they don't like. Um, they have more confidence. They are well educated, and we can even support men in ways we couldn't in the past, right? Financially, mentally. We can even suggest now. We can say, oh, actually, there's a better idea. Oh, there's a better plan. So I think that should be appreciated. So, ladies, be with someone who can add more happiness, value in your life. And another thing, be the person you want to be with. This is something that I've told myself and it worked like magic. So we all want to be with someone who's got six-pack abs, fit, model looking, funny, smart, career-wise successful. You can be confident to have them meet your friends and family. Yeah, sure, we want the whole 10 out of 10 guy. But,
Yeah.
but how close are you to that?
To this 10 out of 10.
How close are you to that? Can that guy turn around, look at you, and go like, "Yeah, I want this girl"?
Yeah.
Can you be that?
And you should always want to be the 10 out of 10 for yourself. I always
Absolutely.
say to women, the first thing, if you want to have a happy relationship, the first thing that you need to take care of is yourself. As long as you're happy, as long as you're proud of yourself, of who you are, of what you're doing, of your choices, then you will be happy in any relationship, not only with your partner in a romantic relationship, but with your friends, your work environment. Everything will be easier as long
Yeah,
as you take care of yourself.
I agree with you 100%. It always comes back to yourself before relationship.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you so much, Elena.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you for giving me the chance to discuss this topic with you.
My pleasure. Thank you for tuning in. What are your thoughts on our discussion? We'll be covering family in the next episode. Until then, bye bye.